represent the gentlelady from Vermont.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to the witnesses. I appreciate your time. This is a hearing about the census, so essentially a hearing about counting people, or put another way, determining who counts and who doesn't. And President Trump has made clear that he feels that birthright citizenship is not constitutional. He feels that non-citizens should not be counted in the census. He has made clear that he views the 2020 census as illegitimate. But the truth is, the president can feel any way he wants. The courts have spoken. Birthright citizenship is the law of the land. The census counts for everyone, and the 2020 census was as accurate as the 2010 census. And yet here we are again in a hearing to make these claims, these nonsensical legal theories, more legitimate by holding hearings about them. And more broadly, I think this hearing props up baseless legal theories that undermine the census and threaten our representative democracy. And I want to associate myself with the remarks of my Democratic colleagues, but I'd like to take my time to go in a little bit different direction here. I want to spend my time getting to the heart of this question of who counts and who doesn't count in the eyes of this administration, who is seen as a real American and who is not. An investigative report by ProPublica has found that more than 170 American citizens have been detained by immigration agents. They've been dragged, they've been kicked, they have been detained for days at a time. These are US citizens, they are our fellow Americans, and yet top Trump administration officials keep denying that US citizens have been arrested or detained at all in the immigration raids that are taking place across this country. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem has repeatedly falsely claimed that no American citizens have been arrested or detained. So there are two reasons that we have that she could be doing this. One is that she is blatantly lying to the press. That is one option. Another is that she doesn't know what is happening under her own leadership. Either option is deeply disturbing to me. We have so much evidence that what Noem has been saying about this is untrue. Many news outlets have confirmed these arrests and have spoken directly to US citizens who have been arrested or detained by immigration agents. They have gathered these disturbing stories about how our own citizens are being treated by this administration. We have the evidence. There's the case of American citizen George Retes, an Army veteran who was pulled out of his car by federal agents who were raiding a farm north of Los Angeles. In his words, "They sat me down on the dirt with my hands zip-tied behind my back. I told them I was a citizen. I told them I had ID. They didn't care. They never asked me for it." This US citizen was held for 3 days before finally being released. He was never charged with a crime. And he's just one of many US citizens that we can document who have been detained or arrested. Again, we have the proof, and yet Secretary Noem continues to spread false information. Then there's the case of Jason Brian Gavidia. Jason is a US citizen who worked at a tow truck yard when Border Patrol agents stormed in. Jason was handcuffed as he pleaded with the agents. He said, "Let me show you my ID, let me prove my status." He said they didn't care. All they cared about was the fact that I was brown and that I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's not right. We're in America, that's not right. The point is that the only people who seem to count as Americans to this administration are the people who look American. And any of us sitting here in this room, regardless of party, would be shocked, would be outraged, would express righteous indignation if we were detained based on our physical appearance or on our profile alone. Regardless of what we believe about this president, I would hope that we would agree, we would howl at our due process rights being denied.
Would the gentleman yield for a quick question?
I
What
will.
does it mean to look like an American in 2025?
Yes, thank you very much. It seems clear to me that looking like American is somebody who does not have brown or black skin, and sounding like American is someone who does not have an accent. That seems like that's been established. And I just want to end with this. There is nothing more important than a person's liberty, nothing. And I would hope that we could all agree on that. And we should all be standing up to our government when it is arresting and detaining citizens illegally and then lying about it. Citizenship in this country is not based on the color of your skin. It is not based on the accent that you have. And based on the actions of this administration, I'm not confident that it believes this, and I find this deeply chilling. Before I yield back, I have several unanimous consents that I would like to enter into the record. First being ProPublica, immigration agents have held more than 170 Americans against their will. NPR fact-checks Kristi Noem on ICE detaining US citizens. And an article in the Journal of Policy Analysis and Management, citizenship question effects on household survey responses. And also an October 2015 report by the Congressional Research Service entitled Apportioning Seats in the U.S. House of Representatives Using the 2013 Estimated Population, concluding that excluding non-citizens for apportionment purposes likely requires a constitutional amendment. I yield back.
Without objection, those four will be entered into the record. I will now recognize the chairman of the Judiciary Committee.